It's Sctv with Ethan Humble, Sophie Reese, Zach Ambrose, Dylan McChesney, Katie Burns, and Sam Hying.
Good evening, and welcome back to Sctv, Simpson College's first student-run weekly newscast. I'm Ethan Humble.
And I'm Sophie Reese. Thanks for joining us.
Sometimes sports news just can't wait for the sports section, and this is one of those times.
Spencer Moon finished 10th in the nation on Saturday in the Division III Cross Country Championships.
He captured All-American honors with his 25-minute, 12-second 8K, the second fastest championship time in school history.
Congrats, Spencer. What an accomplishment.
Our next story takes us to Indianola High School, where some students arranged in a protest last Tuesday.
Coming from KCCI's report, Ethan has more from the Stand Against Sexual Harassment.
According to KCCI's Todd Magle's TV report, dozens of Indianola high school students stood outside last Tuesday in a stand against sexual harassment. They said a recent incident prompted them to organize the protest, where students shared stories of sexual harassment in an effort to get school administrators to take the assault seriously. Superintendent Ted Ines released a statement saying they're taking the students' concerns seriously, but wasn't available to speak directly to the students.
NurseJournal.org cites a lack of educators, a high turnover rate, and an aging workforce as some reasons for the nationwide nursing shortage.
One Simpson professor and her son have been personally impacted by the shortage in many different facets of life.
Ethan has more from the professor and a program Simpson initiated to help get more students into the profession.
Math department chair and professor Heidi Berger's son Isaac hasn't had an easy life.
Isaac is going to be 8 in February, and he has Down syndrome, and we knew he would have some special needs when I was pregnant with him, so we found out some things at the 20-week ultrasound. When he was in NICU and a few weeks old, he had a heart surgery, and they intubated him with the wrong size tube. So when he came out of that surgery, he went into respiratory distress when they extubated him. While still in the NICU as a 2-month-old, he was given a tracheostomy tube to breathe, and at the same time, literally the same day, a feeding tube to help eat. And so when we came home from the NICU, he had immediate higher needs because of those two devices.
And with Isaac's higher needs, he qualified for 16 hours of in-home care 7 days a week by Medicaid's system, the maximum amount allowed by the agency.
And so I will say he's never received the full care that he's qualified for. For a while, we were getting pretty close to 12 hours, 7 days a week. I'd say as time has gone by, he's changed from 12-hour coverage 7 days a week to 12-hour coverage 5 days a week. So we lost the weekends.
After Isaac's primary nurse resigned from in-home nursing to receive a $20,000 pay increase in clinical nursing, Berger was hung out to dry.
When we learned that she was resigning and her last day is the end of this month, I called and said, okay, what are the plans now moving forward for Isaac to get his care met? And we were told that they were actively recruiting, was how they phrased it. Depending on who I talked to, I've gotten estimates of 1 year to 2 years since they've had any new applicants for home nursing positions.
And with a lack of transparency and help from the agency, the primary nurse injuring her knee meant Berger and her husband Howard needed to scramble to care for Isaac.
Howard took the day off, sort of that first day that the nurse was not available, and took Isaac to school, at which point the school principal and the school nurse turned him away, with the reasoning being that on his IEP, it says that he needs to have a skilled nurse with him one-on-one. What that means is that every day that we haven't had coverage is a day that Isaac can't go to school and that one of us can't be physically at work.
And the impacts of Isaac missing school bleed into other parts of his life.
When he's at school, he gets supported with physical therapy, speech therapy, like that helps with the development beyond just the content in school. So missing school is also missing development opportunities. It feels like I'm looking both ways to cross the street only to get hit by an airplane. Like I'm not even thinking about things that are coming I'm thinking about left and right. I'm not even thinking about the other dimensions.
And having its partnership with Mercy recently instilled is Simpson's way of helping with the nursing shortage that not only Professor Berger, but many others deal with. The 3-in-1 program announced in March of 2021 allows students to complete a nursing degree with 3 years at Simpson and 1 at Mercy College in Des Moines. Junior health and exercise science major Emily Earhart is one student taking advantage of the partnership.
Yeah, I like just like helping people in general, and I like adrenaline, and so like the emergency room type setting is kind of where I want to be, and like always being on your toes and like walking fast. Like you have to get somewhere and do something super fast. That's like, I just like that thrill.
Program director and advisor J.C. Downey highlighted the benefits to doing the nursing program.
Did the background behind the scenes kind of work to line up an agreement that basically allows a student to come to Simpson and have the real college experience, right? The living in the dorms or on campus housing, and have that experience, and then yet still be working their way towards being a nurse someday.
To entice students further, Mercy offers students $50,000 in student debt forgiveness should they agree to work there after graduating.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Like just the amount of nurses that are needed, like they're in so like just desperate need, they're gonna hire you. Definitely think this is the path I was always supposed to go in, and I think this just helped me realize that.
It's one small step in helping the nursing shortage plaguing people like Berger.
I think it's great. It shows a commitment to, I don't know what the right word is for it, but caring for others, or like the care industry. And so to show that there's a commitment to that is phenomenal.
For SCTV,
Go Isaac.
I'm Ethan Humble.
Poor Isaac. Hopefully he'll be able to get the care he deserves.
Absolutely. No one more deserving.
As we near the end of the semester, it's time to get our butts in gear.
3 seniors, including our own Katie Burns, are doing some excellent work in the art studio.
Our Ariel Clark has more from the exhibit.
Since November 14th to December 14th, the Gallery of Art and Design will feature a senior exhibition by Katie Burns, Bailey Ratliff, and Esther Escalante. On Thursday, December 1st at 4 p.m., they will host presentations and a closing reception about their exhibitions.
I was thinking about my topic over the summer, and then once we got back in school, that's when we actually started coming up with ideas, brainstorming ideas. We choose a topic to do our design work on, and it's a pretty broad thing. Our professor doesn't limit it to a certain topic. You can choose whatever it is. So it was a pretty daunting task to choose what I wanted to do my project over. I'm glad that my team will be able to see my stuff.
The seniors spent all semester working on these projects and their graphic design skills.
My name is Esther Escalante. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm a fourth year senior. She, her, hers. My senior exhibition is a mock-up of a fake company aiming to unite the United States of America, not based on political issues, but comparison of actually being Americans. What inspired me was scrolling through social media sometimes and, having a lot of people's opinions on there. And then you would go to the comment section and it'd just be like an all-out war, or friends hanging out, and some people just end up not being friends anymore because of different opinions. I'm pretty happy with how things came out. Most of the design is actually, I'm biased, it's actually pretty good. I would definitely recommend people to think about the overall topic of what I tried to put out there.
For SCTV, I am Ariel Clark.
Well, I know where I'll be on December 1st, right over to the art exhibit.
I didn't know anyone was capable of making the Cleveland Browns look interesting. Hats off, Katie.
They've been around since the start of last year, and they only seem to keep on growing. I'm talking about the M&M podcast.
I sat down with the main hosts, Max and Mike, to get an insight about what inspires M&M.
My favorite thing is meeting all the people that I wouldn't have, getting closer with Mike, Crip, Zach, and Cole, the other members of it too. Just having the ability to grow something that is my own has been a lot of fun for me.
I just love being involved with everyone and hearing everyone's stories. We have so many people on the podcast, and everyone has brought a different story to our podcast and what they've talked about and what they've struggled with and how they've overcome certain things.
So last year we were big into JV athletes, we were big into inclusion, and we saw that varsity athletes got a lot of recognition
through the school, and we know, coming from two former JV athletes, that JV athletes work extremely hard and get very little recognition amongst their sport. So mental health is big for us.
We've been a lot in mental health both years, but I think this year we've been touching on it more in every episode. So I think that's something that we're going to keep doing. Understand that people have been through mental battles, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what you're doing. A lot of people struggle with that, and I think it's something that in just the last 20 years in our whole world has been talked about more. And I feel like I'm in a great position here to do that with Mike along by my side.
In today's day and age, it's just something that it's a daily struggle for people, including myself, and I'm willing to say that. And I learn every day, and every time we have a podcast about other people's struggles with that stuff and how they overcome it, and it helps me grow as a person, and I know my stories help people grow. So if I could spread that to the world little by little, I know I'm making my impact and doing my fair share of that, leaving my footprint. I'm really proud of it. Just even no matter how many followers we could have, even if it's only like 10 followers, I would have been proud that we at least made an impact in 10 people's lives. Beyond proud, but not satisfied. We're still trying to grow every day and on what we do, and we have a bigger vision for where we're going, but proud is an understatement. So we'd love for it to just keep on growing, keep on getting bigger year after year. We have so much support here, so when I say that we want to separate from Simpson, it's just more or less of the school. The people here have been great to us and supporting us all the way. We just don't want to graduate and still have to leave the image of we're just a Simpson podcast. We just want to be the M&M podcast. YouTube, it's mm_podcast, and then we're on Instagram, mm_podcast_, and then our Twitter's the same.
There's certainly more than just a couple guys talking. What a great message.
We're on Thanksgiving break, and that means it's time to feast. But before we get to the turkey, let's see how much our students know about the holiday.
Well, he's been behind the camera for us most of the year, so naturally, I decided it's time to make him uncomfortable. Let's send it to our trivia master, Zach Ambrose.
I'm Zach Ambrose, and we're going to see how well Simpson knows Thanksgiving. What's your name?
I'm Bo Houston.
All right. When is Thanksgiving in Canada?
We'll go November 21st.
Second Monday in October.
Oh, really?
What's your name?
Maggie.
How many women were at the very first Thanksgiving?
There was 5.
Correct. What's your name?
Addie Thomas.
Which president refused to celebrate Thanksgiving as a national holiday?
I have absolutely no idea.
It's Thomas Jefferson.
Okay.
I've got some Thanksgiving trivia for you. What's your name?
I'm Blake.
All right, Blake. What's your favorite food at Tyler's?
Tyler's cheese curds.
Good answer. What's your name?
Vivian Sinclair.
Do Americans prefer apple pie or pumpkin pie?
Apple.
Correct. What's your name?
Morgan Kirkman.
Black Friday is the biggest day of the year for what trade profession?
Business.
Plumbers. What's your name?
Avery.
When was the first Thanksgiving football game?
November 1982.
1876.
Oh.
What's your name?
Megan.
Which president made Thanksgiving a permanent national holiday?
Taft.
Lincoln. What's your name?
Kennedy.
What month did the first Thanksgiving likely take place?
September.
Correct. Simpson doesn't know much, but they sure like to gobble up some turkey. In Kent for Sctv, Zach Ambrose.
Shoot, he's coming for my job after that performance. Good work, Zach.
Well, sometimes getting one win is impressive at the collegiate level. Imagine getting 650 of them.
Well, no need to imagine, Ethan, because head coach Brian Niemuth got it done when the women's basketball team beat Marion a couple Saturdays ago.
Our Dylan McChesney has more from the legendary coach.
How long have you coached here at Simpson?
This is my 36th year.
36th year, wow, that's amazing. What made you decide to start coaching at Simpson?
My former high school coach was the head coach at the time, and so I joined him for a year, and after that he left and went back to Kansas City. So I was kind of in the right place at the right time and took over the program.
What has made you stay at Simpson?
I think the balance between academics and athletics here, you're going to get a great education. You're going to get to play in a first-rate women's basketball program. I like the community. I met my wife here, and I just have really enjoyed it.
655 wins. Kind of talk about what it means to you.
You know, I'm excited. Anytime we reach a milestone, I think it says a lot about the alumni and the great players I've had in this program and the work they've put in to build this program. So I'm reminded of how many great players that I've been blessed to coach, and with the current players, it's been a good ride.
Of those 655, is there any few that stand out to you?
You know, I would say the ones in the NCAA tournament. Anytime you get to the NCAA tournament, it's quite an accomplishment. And then every team there is great. So any game you win in the NCAA tournament, I think, has some special meaning to it. And the games that we won in the second round to go to the Sweet 16 really stand out to me. And those are ones that I'll remember for a long time.
And then, is there any accomplishment that you want to check off next on that list?
Well, 700 wins would be good. You know, I always am kind of goal-driven, but right now I think, you know, we're working hard. We're trying to get better, trying to win some more games, and hopefully that number takes care of itself.
I can't foresee anyone challenging Niemuth's coaching legacy anytime soon. Truly incredible.
In other sports, the men's and women's wrestling teams were in action last Wednesday at home against Iowa Wesleyan.
Our Katie Burns has the highlights from the duels.
Storm Wrestling had their first duel at home this past week against Iowa Wesleyan. First for the women's, Kylie Torres played a strong fight but lost by decision 5-1. In the 116 weight class, Yelixa Gonzalez was pinned by Faith Cole in 1 minute and 31 seconds. For 123, Carrie German lost to a technical fall with a score of 10-0. Against Zoe Smith. On the 136 side, Kyla Patillo also lost by a technical fall with the score 19-8 against Joanna Underwood. Priscilla Gonzalez in the 155 class was pinned in 1 minute and 3 seconds by Nadia Admanovich. On top of 2 forfeits for the Storm, Kyla Revels defeated Grace Gray for the second time this season by decision 6-1. Which led the Storm losing the match 31-8. On the men's side, the Storm has a strong first outing with a total of 6 pins throughout the night. In the 125 weight class, our very own Dylan McChesney pinned Lane Scorporal in 2:45. Coming in for the 133 class, Caden Habel pins Brendan Frenchick strong in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. On the 149 side, Zach Stewart won by decision against Austin Abitua, 5-2. Riley Koveski in the 157 class was pinned against Brent Ward in his match in 3 minutes and 47 seconds. Strong fight by Robert Silva in the 165 weight class was also pinned by Aiden Gary in 5 minutes and 21 seconds. To pick up those losses for the Storm, Shyler Langley comes in hot, pinning Jesus Diaz in 3 minutes and 41 seconds. In the 184 weight class, Caden Elliott won his match by major decision against Caden Kaiser, 6-1. Wrapping up the night 285 class, Colton Kinnison makes a huge pin for the Storm against Isaac Bosher in 5:45. For SCTV, Katie Burns.
It's always so much fun when they wrestle in Black Box. Makes it have such a cool vibe.
Oh, definitely. Great atmosphere. After a tough road loss to Gustavus Adolphus, the women's basketball team was back in action Saturday against Wisconsin Superior.
Our own Sam Hying was at the game to give you the highlights.
Welcome back to Coles Fieldhouse as the 1-2 Simpson Storm face off against the 2-0 Wisconsin Superior. Simpson are looking to rebound off their loss to Gustavus Adolphus. And we are off as Cassie Nash wins the tip-off. Boy, am I excited for this one. Haley secures the rebound. As she's looking around, she finds the in-cutter Morgan for the easy layup. Good start, ladies. Not long after, Anna finds herself on a breakaway and easy layup in for her. Oh, but Cassie with another breakaway for the Storm. Morgan's got the ball up top. She looks to Anna right in the corner. Anna jabs left. Oh, but she's so good that she assists herself for the and one. Let's go. Simpson are dishing the ball around. Oh, to a wide open Molly. Bang! What a way to end the first quarter as the Simpson are up 16-8. And Wisconsin Spears' worst nightmare is back from the same spot. Hey, and check out Dancing Lincoln for a little breakaway, don't we? Looks like nobody's getting distracted by the Dancing Lincoln. Oh, but Molly's got the ball again. She cuts in, passes it back out to Anna. Anna, bang with a three, baby. Let's go. Here, Simpson is setting up one of their plays, but I'd like to watch Haley here. Look as she starts on one side of the court, drives in, dishes it out, but says, give me that ball back. Let me take over. And another three by the Storm. Now check out this inbounds play here as they pass it into Morgan. Morgan off to Molly. Molly up and one. And Storm will be up 40-32 at half. And Awanek is driving the ball down, dishes it out to Haley. Oh, nothing but net as they hit a three. Hey, check out our Coles crazies as they're showing us some spirit fingers. Elise gets right back to action as she gives a nice bounce pass to Haley. Haley dribbles down, passes to Morgan. Morgan swings it across to Molly. I can go for Tamale right now. But bang, as she drains another two-pointer. But Molly's not going anywhere. Here's Elle to Molly. Molly takes on the defender, step back. Bang! Woo! Here's Elle with the ball, looking for another assist as she finds Elise. Elise from downtown, no one around. Here's Anna in the corner. She says, ISO, ISO, puts her in a tornado and right in the hoop. Maddox drives into the lane, finds Elise. No, she does. Oh, she does it again. She is on fire. And Simpson win it 77-70. Oh, and Lincoln does the take the L dance.
Thank you, Sam. Gotta say, you do never fail to make me laugh.
Elsewhere, the men's basketball team won at home Wednesday against Cornell before they took on Loras in their first conference game last night. Unfortunately, we recorded Sctv before the game and do not have a recap at this time.
The Mat men were at Co on Saturday, where Zach Stewart won the 149-pound title in what's been a great season for him thus far.
Dylan McChesney, Shane Mathias, and Colton Kinnison also had highly successful days, each claiming third their respective weight class.
The women's wrestling team competed in 6 duels Saturday at the Lindenwood Duels, and they won 5 of them. The wins were spearheaded by a 5-0 performance from Kyla Patillo and 5 wins from Jenna Joseph and Yelixa Gonzalez.
That's going to be all from us here tonight.
We humbly thank you for your time. We will be back in 2 weeks after we enjoy our break. Until then, you stay classy, Simpson.